She's observing, assessing, interpreting, and responding, not consciously, but instinctively. Every glance, every word, every silence feeds into her evaluation. She's determining whether you command respect or if you're just another fleeting option. The moment you show uncertainty, whether through insecurity, emotional fragility, or hesitation, you don't just lose attraction, you lose respect. And once respect is gone, everything else crumbles. This isn't a game, it's human nature. If you don't recognize what's happening, you'll find yourself caught in the same cycle that has drained the confidence of men for generations. This is why she withdraws when you become overly invested, why she challenges your emotional strength, and why so many feel powerless in relationships. But that changes today. If you're tired of feeling overlooked, taken for granted, or dismissed, listen closely. Today I'm breaking through the misconceptions and giving you a mindset shift that will change everything. Take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below if you're ready to take control. If you've ever felt ignored, disrespected, or pushed aside, understand this: it's not random, it's a process of selection. Women don't challenge you for amusement, they do it to measure inner strength. If you falter under pressure, the way she sees you will never be the same again. Kindness, loyalty, and affection matter, but without emotional strength, they won't earn you respect. This isn't about appearance, wealth, or charm. It's about presence, resilience, and control. Those who don't grasp this end up seeking approval, always chasing validation. Those who do, they become respected, influential, and desired. And today I'm giving you the exact framework to be in the latter group. Number 1. Why you feel the need to chase. From an early age, you were conditioned to seek approval. Society taught you to be the nice guy, to prove your worth by being accommodating, always available, and endlessly understanding. But when you follow that script, you get overlooked. Why? Because seeking validation is unattractive. The moment you try to convince someone you're worthy, you're signaling that you're not. Men who chase end up losing because people don't value what comes too easily. Look around. Those who command respect aren't constantly trying to prove themselves. They're the ones focused on their own path, moving forward with or without approval. Women don't want a man who needs them, they want a man who is desired by many but chooses them. The second she senses that you need her more than she needs you, attraction fades. You might think you're being thoughtful, texting first, giving her attention, adjusting your life around her, but to her, it signals weakness. When you start prioritizing her over yourself, constantly trying to smooth things over, or making unnecessary adjustments, she begins to feel overwhelmed. She starts asking herself, why does he need me this much? If he were truly the man I thought he was, he wouldn't be this desperate for my approval. And then she pulls away. She takes longer to reply. She becomes distant. Instead of standing your ground, you chase harder. That's when respect is lost. That's the cycle that keeps men trapped. The way out. The solution? Stop chasing completely. When she withdraws, let her go. When she acts distant, refocus on your own life. When she makes you question yourself, stay grounded. It unsettles her when you don't react. Why? Because most men do. Most men beg, overcompensate, and try harder. But when she meets someone who remains unshaken, who doesn't waver in his confidence, she feels something rare: respect. And respect fuels attraction. You must become so solid, so unmovable, that nothing she does shifts your focus. If she tests you, stay indifferent. If she becomes emotional, remain calm. If she pulls away, double down on your purpose. When she realizes you are unaffected, she starts chasing. This is why some men always attract attention, while others are overlooked, friend-zoned, or discarded. The difference isn't looks, it's not money, it's presence. One man moves with certainty, purpose, and self-respect. The other seeks validation, approval, and permission. Now ask yourself, which one does she respect? Which one does she stay loyal to, even when things get tough? Which one does she regret losing? The one who never wavers, and that is the most powerful truth you will ever hear. Number 2, she's watching, even when you don't realize it. As you go about your day, unaware, she's observing. Every movement, every reaction, every subtle shift in your demeanor, she's taking it all in. Women don't choose men through logic alone. They respond to unspoken signals, quiet, powerful cues that reveal whether you are a man she can respect or one she will eventually replace the moment a stronger option appears. And here's the harsh truth. Most men fail this test before they even realize it's happening. You might believe that relationships are built on kindness, on showing you care, on simply being a good person, but none of that matters if you project uncertainty. Hesitate before speaking, she notices. Break eye contact first, she registers it. React emotionally. She stores it away for later. She doesn't test you to be cruel, she does it to protect herself. She needs to know that the man she chooses can handle pressure, navigate challenges, and stand firm when everything is against him. Because if you crumble under the small tests, the silence, the mood shifts, the emotional distance, how can she trust you with life's real challenges? She needs certainty, she needs stability, and she needs to feel at the deepest level that you are unwavering. Why most men lose respect without realizing it. But here's where most men go wrong. The moment she pulls away, they panic. They text more, call more, ask, is something wrong? They think they're showing care, but what they're really showing is dependence, and nothing destroys attraction faster. The second she senses that she holds more emotional strength than you, that you're seeking her validation instead of standing in your own value, the dynamic shifts. She loses respect. And once respect is gone, it rarely comes back. Ever noticed how the men who don't chase, don't constantly check in, and don't seem to seek approval are the ones women gravitate toward? It's not because they're playing games, it's because they don't waver. They don't need to prove themselves. They hold their ground. Their value isn't based on her response. It's rooted in their own purpose, confidence, and direction. The real test. She needs to know you can handle her at her most difficult, that when she's distant, cold, or challenging, you don't lose composure. Because if you can't handle that, she'll never trust you with something bigger. The real test isn't in what you say, it's in what you don't do. Don't seek validation. Don't over-explain. Don't panic when she pulls away. When she tests you, the strongest response is no reaction at all. That's when respect is built. That's when attraction grows. And that's when you separate yourself from the men who chase approval and lose everything in the process. Number 3, the secret to true strength. There's one trait that separates men who command respect from those who are ignored, and it has nothing to do with looks, money, or charm. It's emotional control. The way you handle pressure determines everything, your success in relationships, business, and life. If you master it, you become unstoppable. If you let emotions dictate your actions, you'll always be at the mercy of others. And she knows this. Women don't seek a man who crumbles under stress. They don't admire a man who reacts impulsively when tested. What truly captivates them is a man who stays grounded, who remains steady no matter what challenges come his way. If you lack this, you'll find yourself caught in an endless cycle of emotional tests, missteps, and lost respect. Why emotional strength matters. Every time you let emotions control you, you send a silent message. You are not the rock she can rely on. Once she senses that, the dynamic shifts, and regaining her respect becomes nearly impossible. She won't announce when she's testing you. In fact, she may not even be fully aware of it herself, but she will push your buttons through silence, unexpected distance, or subtle remarks, just to see how you respond. The moment you break, you fail. This is where most men go wrong. They panic, over-explain, chase, or try to fix something that was never broken. What they don't realize is that she doesn't want reassurance. She wants to see if you can stand firm, no matter what she throws at you. Why some men always win. Men who possess true emotional control never struggle in relationships, not because they play games, but because they remain centered. When she pulls away, they stay focused. When she becomes moody, they remain unshaken. When she tests their patience, they don't react, they lead. She needs to know, if she walks away, will you crumble? If she challenges you, will you lose composure? If she acts distant, will you start chasing? A man who lacks control will react emotionally. A man who is truly strong remains steady. And that's what earns lasting respect. Number 4. Why chasing always backfires. Many believe that pursuing a woman relentlessly will make her recognize their worth. But the truth is, the more you chase, the more you devalue yourself. The moment you place her on a pedestal, you lower yourself beneath her. And once she senses that she holds all the power, her perception of you changes permanently. This is why the men who seem the least concerned about winning someone over often have the most options. Attraction isn't earned through effort, it's sparked by confidence, presence, and self-respect. Why chasing makes you lose. The moment you make her your sole priority, something shifts. She starts questioning why she was interested in the first place. If you're bending over backward to prove yourself, she subconsciously wonders, why does he have to try so hard? A man who naturally commands attention doesn't need to seek approval, so if you're seeking hers, she assumes you're not that kind of man. And when that realization hits, her attraction fades. Think back to every time you chased someone's attention. Did they respect you more, or did they start treating you as if you were desperate? The answer is always the same. Women are drawn to strength, not pursuit. The men who never chase are the ones who attract the most because their lives are already fulfilling. Their confidence and purpose pull people toward them naturally. Meanwhile, the man who believes he can win her over by trying harder only pushes her further away. What women truly desire. A woman wants to feel like she's won you over, not like you're begging for her time. This is why men who remain a bit unpredictable, who stay focused on their own goals, and who don't let emotions control them become unforgettable. The moment she feels like she has you completely, the excitement fades. The moment she senses you're willing to do anything to keep her, she starts looking elsewhere, not because she's unkind, but because human nature doesn't value what comes too easily. High-value men don't attract women because of wealth or looks alone. They draw people in because they never place themselves in a lower position. They live with confidence, purpose, and direction. They know they bring value, and that mindset alone makes them desirable. The man who constantly waits for her messages, reshapes his life around her, and prioritizes her above his own mission, that's the man who loses respect. Attraction is not built on sacrifice, it's built on certainty. The power of walking away. If you ever feel the urge to chase, pause, recognize that every move born from desperation weakens attraction. The solution? Pull back, focus on your own life, be willing to walk away if needed. A woman doesn't want to feel like she's doing you a favor by being with you. She wants to feel like she earned her place beside you. The moment you act like she's the prize, you become just another option. So stop chasing. Stop proving. Stop trying to win her over. Instead, become a man so confident, so unshakable, that she has no choice but to come to you. Number 5, how to respond when she pulls away. When she starts to distance herself, your instincts will tell you to act, to reach out, to reassure yourself that everything is okay. But this is exactly what makes you lose power. The biggest mistake most men make is reacting emotionally. They start texting more, calling, asking if they did something wrong. But the moment you chase, you confirm her deepest suspicion that you are not in control of yourself. Why she pulls away? It's not random. It's not an accident. Women test men without even realizing it. They create distance to see how you will respond, to measure your emotional strength. If you remain steady, unshaken, and indifferent to the shift, you gain her respect. But if you crumble, if you panic, if you start explaining yourself, if you chase, she sees weakness and her attraction fades. A woman doesn't want a man who falls apart the moment things get uncertain. She is wired to be drawn toward those who can remain composed under pressure. The man who cannot handle the small storms will never be trusted to lead in the bigger moments of life. How men sabotage themselves. The second she stops responding quickly or seems distant, many men make the fatal mistake of overreacting. They send long messages, ask why she's acting differently, or try to solve a problem that doesn't even exist. What they fail to understand is she doesn't want you to fix anything. She wants to see if you will break. And the moment you panic, you fail the test. This is how strong attraction turns into indifference. This is how men who were once respected become ignored. The second she senses that you need her more than she needs you, the dynamic shifts, and not in your favor. What strong men do differently? They do nothing. When she pulls away, they let her. They don't react, they don't chase, they don't seek reassurance. They continue moving forward as if nothing has changed, and this drives her crazy. She is used to men losing their composure, proving that they are just like all the others. But when she meets someone who remains completely unfazed, she starts questioning everything. Why isn't he reacting? Why isn't he chasing? Why does he seem unaffected? Suddenly, she's the one thinking about you. The right response. When she distances herself. Stop initiating contact immediately. No calls, no texts, no check-ins. Your silence communicates more than words ever could. Shift your focus back to yourself. If you spend all your energy analyzing her behavior, you've already lost. Redirect that focus to your goals, your fitness, your business. Surround yourself with other people. Not to make her jealous, but to remind yourself that she is not your only option. Stay composed if she reaches out. Respond calmly, confidently, and without any emotional desperation. If she asks why you've been distant, simply say, "I've been busy." No explanations, no apologies, just certainty. Why this works? The second she realizes she can't control you emotionally, her entire perception of you shifts. Most men never understand this. They keep chasing, begging for attention, seeking closure, and they keep losing. But the men who master this, they become untouchable. This isn't just about relationships. This is about self-mastery. When you develop the ability to remain calm under pressure, to maintain your value without seeking external approval, you elevate yourself in every aspect of life. People respect those who carry themselves with confidence and certainty. So the next time someone pulls away, whether in relationships, business, or life, don't react. Rise. Keep moving forward. Focus on your mission and let the right people come to you, because those who truly value you will never need to be chased. Number 6. How to regain her respect instantly. Most men struggle to understand why they lost a woman's respect. They search for answers, trying to figure out what went wrong, never realizing that the moment respect was lost was the moment they prioritized her validation over their own self-worth. The truth is, a woman only respects a man she sees as valuable, a man she fears losing. The instant she senses that you are willing to accept less than you deserve, you become forgettable, replaceable, and unimportant. If you've ever been ignored, sidelined, or treated as an option, understand that you allowed it. You showed her through your actions that no matter how little she gave, you would continue to pursue her. And once she recognizes that dynamic, it's incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to shift. But while most men react by trying harder, explaining themselves, or seeking reassurance, the only way to restore respect is to stop seeking it altogether. You don't regain her respect with words, you regain it through action. Reversing the power dynamic. The moment she feels that something has changed in you, that she is no longer the center of your world, that you are no longer chasing, explaining, or reacting, her perception of you begins to shift. She will start to wonder, why isn't he chasing anymore? Why does he seem so unbothered? Did I make a mistake? Because the harsh reality is that women do not respect men who wait around. They are not drawn to men who constantly seek approval or try to prove their worth. They respect the man who has the strength to walk away without hesitation. How to shift the dynamic in your favor? Step back completely. Stop reaching out, stop engaging with her online, and stop reacting to her emotional ups and downs. She must feel the weight of your absence. Invest in yourself. Shift your focus to personal growth, your health, your career, your mindset. Become the man who is too busy building his future to dwell on the past. Elevate your status. The version of you that she once lost respect for no longer exists. You're evolving, improving, and becoming someone she cannot afford to overlook. Set new standards. If she ever tries to return, she must understand that the dynamic has changed. She enters your life on your terms, not hers. The power of absence. Women do not chase men who linger in the background, waiting for another chance. They chase the ones who move forward without hesitation, the ones who command respect because they refuse to tolerate anything less. If you want to reclaim your confidence, your power, and your self-respect, stop chasing, stop explaining, and stop proving. Instead, become the kind of man she regrets losing, the one who walks away and never looks back. And when that moment of regret hits her, it won't even matter, because by then, you'll already be far ahead, focused on something much greater than her validation. Number 7. Become a man. She can't overlook. While you're busy analyzing every interaction, wondering why she's distant, questioning if you did something wrong, she's not thinking about you. And that's the problem. You've placed her at the center of your world, but in her world, you're just another option. That's not how you earn respect. A woman isn't drawn to a man who prioritizes her above all else. She is drawn to a man who is deeply committed to his own purpose, his own growth, and his own mission. She wants to be part of something great, not the sole focus of your existence. A man who is constantly improving and chasing his ambitions instead of chasing her. That's a man she can't ignore. Why most men get it wrong. The mistake many men make is sacrificing their identity in an attempt to keep her interested. They cancel plans for her, seek her approval before making decisions, and center their lives around her presence. And in doing so, they become predictable, uninspiring, and easily replaced. This is why she pulls away. This is why she tests. She's searching for a man who is secure in himself, a man who isn't dependent on her attention to feel valuable, because the moment she realizes that you fear losing her more than you fear losing yourself, her respect for you disappears. Women are drawn to strength, not dominance over them, but mastery over yourself. A man who cannot manage his emotions, control his time, and direct his energy is a man who will always be overlooked. And a man like that, he does not command admiration. The men who naturally draw respect never have to beg for it. They are too focused on their own success to be anxiously waiting for a text, over-analyzing silence, or chasing approval. Because here's a fundamental truth: the moment you make her the center of your world, you become a footnote in hers. How to become a man she can't ignore. Put yourself first. Your goals, ambitions, and personal growth must take priority, not her approval, not her opinions, not her emotions. Keep moving forward, with or without her. Stop pausing your life to accommodate her. If she drifts away, let her. If she tests your resolve, stand firm. Your mission does not revolve around her presence. Create space. Stop being overly available. Don't always initiate contact. Don't seek constant reassurance. She needs to feel that you are not dependent on her attention. Build yourself in every way. Strengthen yourself physically, mentally, financially. A man dedicated to self-improvement becomes impossible to overlook. Engage with other women, not as a game, but as a reminder that you have choices. A man with options moves differently. He radiates confidence, and confidence is magnetic. Live by your own rules. Stop bending your principles just to keep her happy. A woman is most attracted to a man who remains true to his values, no matter what. The shift in power. When she realizes she is no longer your priority, everything changes. She starts questioning, why isn't he chasing me? Why does he seem unaffected? Did I misjudge his worth? Suddenly you are the one in control, but you can't fake this. You have to embody it. You must become the man who doesn't need her to feel complete, because the moment you genuinely value yourself more than her attention, she feels it, and that's when you become unforgettable. At that point, it doesn't matter if she comes back. By the time she realizes what she lost, you will already be too far ahead, building your legacy, creating a life on your own terms, and attracting women who recognize your value without you having to prove it. Your defining moment. Every man reaches a crossroads, a moment where he either rises into his potential or remains stuck in the cycle of being overlooked, disrespected, and forgotten. Today is that moment for you. You can either keep chasing, explaining, and seeking validation, only to be set aside like you never mattered. Or you can stand up, claim your self-respect, and become the man you were meant to be. The world doesn't reward the weak. Women don't admire the desperate. And success never favors those who beg for attention. The men who thrive in life, relationships, and business are the men who refuse to compromise their worth. So the only question left is, which man will you be?